Okay, first of all, Nicky, we're calling you Nicky, it's not your real name. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Not at all. You want to remain anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you could explain to our audience why.
I want to stay confidential for a variety of reasons. It is very challenging. It's hard to make this decision, but ultimately there is collateral damage, not only to myself, but to my loved ones, my children, my spouse, my family, my clients. I'm a small business owner. I don't want any undue harm to come to any of them for any reason.
And when you say undue harm and you use the phrase collateral damage, what are you thinking could happen if people if people knew your identity?
I think there's a variety of things that could happen. I know when I have been told from another source, a very reliable source, that in the past Epstein has had his henchmen come after people that were coming forward. So that's scary, that thought is.
So there's the physical safety side when you
Yes.
say you've heard about his henchmen coming after people.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like back in, when the whole sweetheart deal was made for him back in the
2008.
2008-9. And he would have people run witnesses off the road and follow them and stalk them and come after them and things of that nature. And it's just that's scary. That's not something that you can be told and forget.
You have never spoken publicly before?
No.
Until now?
Correct.
Why now?
Inside all of us is a warrior. We are survivors for a reason. And I want to fight. I want to join the other women that have come forward in some way, shape, or form. And this is the closest that I can get to that. And I also want the public to know that this is dealing with Epstein. It is like a war veteran coming home and hearing fireworks every single day. That is what living today for the past 7 years has been like for every single one of us survivors.
You mean since he was arrested by the FBI?
Correct.
Right. You were introduced to him when you were 19 and you were
Yes.
working as a model.
Yes.
And similar to others, your friend said that giving Epstein a massage was a way to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So you and your friend went to his house and did that.
Yeah.
Are you able to describe what happened?
That first time, it was exactly what I thought it was. It was kosher. It was everything that I was told. It was a massage. Halfway through, he flipped over. We took our tops off. We massaged him again, starting at the feet, heading up. There was no sexual interactions.
Why did you have to take your tops off?
I honestly thought, okay, maybe he's just some old rich guy that has a fetish, and so be it. And whatever, I mean, it paid my rent. I lived in South Beach. We could go to the beach and be topless. So to me, it was like, no biggie.
Yeah.
No biggie.
And what happened the second time?
Everything started the way that it did last time. It was a massage. He was face down. This time he didn't have any underwear on though. He just had a towel over him. And I didn't really pay attention at the moment to that. It didn't cause any discomfort for me. And then he flipped over and he said, okay, top off. So I took my top off just like last time, started at his feet, worked my way up. And when I got to his upper thigh and went onto his chest, he pulled at my jeans, like almost to unbutton them. And I stepped back and I said, no, I'm on my period, which I wasn't, I lied. And from there, he was like, oh, well, some of the girls like to have sex. You should really think about having sex with me. It would be so great. I'd be the best you've ever had or something like that. And I was just like, no, I'm good. And so he asked me to massage his chest, and I remember doing that while he removed his towel and masturbated in front of me. And he had a bottle of Fiji water, which is the water he always had. And he said, make sure you stay hydrated. You need to be sure to stay hydrated. And I did. I took some water. And I have no recollection of anything for a minimum of 12 hours after that.
Oh my God. After he gave you that water, what happened?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea?
It's black. It's blank. There's a solid 12 hours overnight that I have absolutely no recollection of. I have done various psychotherapies to try to remember, to try to have a glimpse of something, and it's black. I have no idea. But I can logically make a variety of assumptions that I think would be very accurate.
Like
I was drugged. What else would state or explain? What else would explain losing your complete memory overnight? And then I got up and I went to the bathroom. And as a woman, you feel certain things when you've had intercourse sometimes. And I definitely felt that almost pressure. So I went downstairs into the kitchen, and Epstein walked in. And he goes, how are you feeling? And I was like, actually, I don't feel good at all. I think I'm getting sick. And he was like, okay, well, you leave for the airport soon. Let's go. We have another session.
So sorry, he said, let's have another session. Meaning?
Another massage.
Right.
So I followed him upstairs. Same room, same massage table. And as I'm telling you this, I can smell it. I can smell the massage oil. It's very distinctive.
Can I ask you, do you think when you were out cold, he raped you?
100%.
Right.
And I know that because he told me.
He told you he raped you?
Yes,
oh my
because
God.
During the third massage, he once again tried to pull up my jeans. And I was like, no, I'm on my period. And he says, you don't have to lie to me, Nicky. I didn't put two and two together until I made that call on July 8th, 2019 to the FBI.
When it clicked, what kind of emotions were you experiencing?
Panic. Pure panic. So during that third massage, he told me I didn't have to lie to him.
Because he already knew you weren't on your period? Because he'd raped you?
And then he did again.
Jesus.
And that was a memory I did not recall until September of 2019, when I literally was balled up on the floor having a panic attack at home.
So when you reflect on what you had been subjected to, what is going through your mind when you look back?
I don't know how I made it. I didn't sleep. Sleep evaded me. I couldn't succumb to that. I wasn't functioning. I wasn't... I mean, I could barely brush my teeth some days. It was all consuming and paralyzing.
After Epstein's arrest and the FBI asked for people to contact them, you did, as you mentioned earlier.
I did.
You were interviewed twice by special agents.
Yes.
What happened after that?
Everything died, along with him.
What were your expectations? After you've been interviewed by the FBI and they're asking you, presumably, what were your associations with Epstein? What happened? What did he do to you?
I mean, I expected at least a follow-up call.
Right.
I expected, hey, let me help you understand what's happening now in this process. I mean, there was nothing.
Can you recall your darkest moment?
Yeah, just wondering if it's all worth it. Is it worth being here? Are my kids better off without me? You do think those things.
Epstein's dead. Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail. What do you want to happen now?
I would like the rest of the files to be released properly, honestly, ethically. I don't think that's too much to ask from the United States, the Department of Justice. It's not.
And then what?
I would love for us to be able to heal. Number one, I don't understand why we had to have an act of Congress to get the files released. That is absolutely a waste of my and everybody else's taxpayer dollars. Complete waste. Number two, they should have never named it the Epstein Transparency Act. They are doing nothing more than continuing to glorify him. Why don't you name it the Survivors or the Virginia Transparency Act or something? We survivors are nothing more than pawns for political discourse at this point, and it's disgusting.
I'm really grateful that you have spoken to us. Thank you so much for making that decision, and thank you for speaking with such dignity and courage and honesty. Thank you very much, Nicky.